we're going to summarise the lessons from each of the first 4 tutorials.
In the beginning, we looked at setting the board up, the rules, the etiquette, and that initial fight for the key points of the 5 and the 7 points. We then looked at avoiding the common mistakes. Leave some flexibility in your position. Don't run when you're behind in the race. And we introduce you to the numbers, the ways of measuring risk in a given position, and the cube and its effect on the scoring. We taught you how to be more lucky more often, the principles of duplication and diversification.
Certainly as a beginner, it's one of the very first things you want to learn. You want to learn how to play the opening rolls because they come up every game. So basically you've got a position that you've memorized. You've the opening position, 5 checkers here, 5 checkers here, 3 here and 2 there. And you know that when you roll a 3-1 in that position, which comes up a lot, you're going to make your 5 point. If you don't know that that's the right play, then you're going to be beat a lot. So learning the opening moves is probably the most important place to start.
The most common mistake is being a chicken. The beginner is so afraid to open black, to leave one checker open. And you're just so scared that you just want to make it home quickly, safely, and it doesn't work. Unfortunately, you will open in the end. You will, give a chance. So the mistake is that people concentrate on actually going home safely, which is a very wrong thing because you have to build a house, you have to control so many other things.
If you're on roll, you'd like to have a lot of good numbers playing for you. That's diversification. I mean, if you can close a guy with, 4s and 5s, and but then you turn it around when the other guy's on roll. You don't want him to have 4s and 5s. You want him to have 5s here and 5s over here. That's duplication. Minimize shots, basically.
One of the biggest mistakes that advanced beginners make, or people that know just a little bit. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. You know a little bit, then you begin to recognize when your position is worse than your opponent's. But the point is that just because your opponent is worse doesn't mean you should pass the cube. If you take the cube, you have a chance to win the point that you would have lost, plus another point. And so the odds are about 3 to 1. If you have one chance in 4 of winning that game, then you can take the cube. And most people don't think that way. They just think, am I more likely to win than I am to lose? But you have to think, do I have one chance in 4? That's the only question that you really need to ask yourself as a beginner. If you just ask yourself that question, you'll probably do a lot better with the cube than if you don't ask that question.
We've taught you enough to help improve your game and help you to be more lucky more often.